welcome back. It is the Woody Show. Dan Aykroyd is here.
Yes.
We were just talking about his vodka product, Crystal Head Vodka, before the break. We were also talking a little bit about SNL, and I did have a couple more questions. Did you get bored talking about some of this, the older stuff like the SNL?
I do not.
Because you have, but you have such a storied career. It's like, and people get this opportunity. Like, I'm sure people who are close to you, they're like, "Oh God, Dan's talking about SNL again."
Right.
But like, you know,
or Blues Brothers.
I have other questions about other movies.
But yeah, you had mentioned, you know, having somebody who is an ally at SNL, and we've heard, and I've heard so many stories over the years about Chevy Chase, but I know like he was one of your champions.
He was.
When you were on SNL, and you had a completely different experience. So what's what? Is it just that some people get rubbed the wrong way by the guy, or did something change? What is this? What was so special about you that you had this experience with him? That
I don't know. You know, I loved what he did, and he loved what I did, and I don't know. We came from kind of completely different worlds.
Because he's one of those guys I want. He's one of those people that you see, and you're such a fan. You're like, you want him to be awesome, and then you hear these stories, and it's disappointing.
Well, I think he's a little waspy. You know, like white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. You know, that East Coast. You know, kind of preppy. You know, and you know, and if you look like anything close to like an idiot in front of him, he's not going to put up with that. Yeah. You know, because he likes smart, intelligent, accomplished people, and
we better never meet him.
Chevy was damaged. Yeah. You know, his mother used to lock him in the closet when she goes shopping, that kind of stuff. So you know who stands before you. Also, he beat a heroin addiction and painkiller addiction. So he's been through a lot and fought a lot, but just to hang with him, he's just so funny and sometimes
that's the stuff I want.
He can be caustic and abrasive and that.
Sometimes I would also accept.
But he's got a beautiful heart. He's really a sweet guy and very sentimental. He's a spectacular jazz pianist, and he's just a good hang. Now you got to remember that cocaine was quite popular back then, and that can be for all of us. And it was never my thing. I never really liked it, but I did do it a couple of times.
There. Are you more like a drinker, weed smoker?
I would say more, you know,
crossfader,
white wine, and you know, maybe some of the greenie now and again. But I tell you, the coke would change moods, and it made people edgy.
It's the worst,
You know, you might think you were having fun on it, but I think there was some interactions that Chevy might have had when he was on that, as with John, and so it's just the currency of our time back then. Yeah, unfortunately.
You directed him in a 1991 movie that I absolutely love called Nothing But Trouble. Was it easy to do that?
Oh, Chevy
direct him in 1991.
Well, of course he was in Spies Like Us too. You know.
Yeah, and I love that movie.
And he was really good in both of them. Yeah. And of course, drove me crazy the whole time. And you know, but because he loved what he was doing there, and he liked the scripts, and he liked the characters. You know, he came through for me. Nothing But Trouble is a fun, very serviceable comedy.
Yeah.
Was not a hit at the time because we were doomed on the weekend that it opened, and I'll tell you how. Here I make this movie for us, for the guys, you know, so you know, or you know that audience that likes absurdist kind of out there humor, and so 2 pictures open in the marketplace against us that weekend. One was Silence of the Lambs. With Jodie Foster.
That's where I was.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying.
Oscar winning.
Yeah, that's right. And then Julia Roberts, Sleeping with the Enemy. You can be sure every woman in America told their husbands or boyfriends or, you know, we're going to see those 2 movies. We're not going to see that. So it didn't work in the marketplace, but in retrospect, younger people like yourself, you were 22, right? A lot of kids love that film.
Yeah. That's the first time we saw Tupac in a movie.
Yeah. Digital Underground
was in that movie.
I know,
Also, I did have one other question about the movie, because in the same year, there was a movie called Doc Hollywood with Michael J. Fox, and they kind of had like similar plot points. Did that annoy you?
Doc Hollywood.
A little bit, because it's like about people from a big city that get pulled over in a small town.
Oh, I don't know.
And a haunted house with a maniac.
No, yours was much funner. But
I remember Doc Hollywood vaguely. I remember.
Yeah, no, he didn't know about it, but now it annoys him.
Yeah,
now that he knows about it. Way to go, man.
Well, that was nice parallel thinking.
Was Doc Hollywood running from the law?
No, but he gets pulled over in a small town, and then he has to do a bunch of stuff to get out.
Just your basic plot points ripped off.
those places exist in America.
Yeah,
absolutely. Sure. That New Jersey, Pennsylvania triangle where Vulcanvania County was, is in the story, is a real. You really do see places like that.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd is here, and speaking of difficult personalities but good people, Bill Murray. And you were talking about like working with Chevy Chase in these other movies. I think one of my favorite stories, and you'll tell it way better than I do, is when you were making Ghostbusters. Obviously, the role was written for Belushi, and he didn't live to be able to be in that movie, and so you cast Bill Murray, and
not exactly in the same role. Like I not exactly in the same.
Like
Once
tweaked
Billy came
Venkman.
on, we rewrote it. But
right. But anyway,
we fixed Venkman for him.
Everybody was really nervous because it's the first day of shooting, and they're wondering if he's even going to show up because it was like the negotiation or something behind the scenes. Like I said, you'll tell the story way better than I do. But Bill Murray is Bill Murray. He's like a mystery to so many people. But you were wondering if he was even going to show up on day one of filming.
None of us knew, and.
But everybody's there. Like the camera guys are there.
Everybody's there. It's a miracle when he does show up. He's there. It's as if a deity has come down from the clouds. Now Billy's great. He would give you not only the shirt, but he'd give you the skin off his back. I mean, he's really a great-hearted person. And again, though, like Chevy, he doesn't suffer fools. You're going to be, you'll be batted out of the way. If he sees idiocy or medium talent there.
And when he shows up, he's ready to go. It's not like he's aloof and then just kind of like, I'm here, now what? he shows up ready for work.
He brings his bags packed. He always does.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, some of the behind-the-scenes hijinks of SNL, like, do you have a favorite story? Because you hear a lot of different stories. Is there one in your mind that sticks out? Like talking about... maybe it's like one of the after parties or just things that are going on while everybody's sitting around writing.
Well, sure. Of course, February, it gets quite cold in the northeastern United States. And the windows at Rockefeller Center today, they open right up. There's no barriers or anything. The windows open up and you're ready to look. You can look down or do whatever.
Jump if you want, right?
We used to set pizzas out to freeze at Franken and Davis's windowsill. And we'd leave them there. We'd make sure that they're... And then we would try to sail them out over and see if we could hit the rink.
At Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, we see if we could hit the rink. And now, this is at 4 in the morning when there's no one around.
Yeah.
But still, that could have taken somebody's head off, a frozen pizza.
This is future Senator Al Franken.
Yeah, right.
Tom Davis.
Who, by the way, should run again and should be reelected, absolutely. We try to get them just to out of the 17th floor and hook down so that they skid across the ring. And I think a couple of times we were successful doing that. So that was one thing.
Well, that beats what Chris Farley took a dump out one of those windows, right?
Right.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Working in that building was spectacular. You had the beautiful friezes and the architecture of it and the sculpting and the depictions of industrial life and inside it and the floor polisher was always going.
Right.
When I was there was a guy with a floor polisher there. No matter when you went in, it could have been 9 in the morning, 9 at night,
They're
2 in the morning.
obsessed.
There's a guy with the floor, same guy, cigarette ashes floor. And so Tom Davis and I used to walk around the building and kind of look and go up and down in elevators and different, and kind of check it out. And I accumulated a lot of keys. One of them to the 11th floor rooftop garden. You'd go past the secretary's desk high and then step through a little half door and go there. Sort of keys to get through different hallways so you wouldn't have to go around and go the other. And so I had a lot of keys. So one day we're walking up on the 65th floor, just looking at this endless hallway. What the hell is this? No offices up here? There's a few. What's this? And then we see this black door on the left, look at it and go, what's in here? So I go through keys. About the 6th key, I hit it. Wow, this key opens this lock. So I open the door and I step into nothing. It was a shaftway.
Oh, geez.
65 stories of shaftway. And Davis realizes that I'm going forward. He grabs me and pulls me back.
Wow.
We close that thing up. I put those keys away.
Wow.
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
But it was fun.
Man.
Fun working in that building.
It's a good thing I wasn't out for one of those after parties.
Yeah.
That could have been
They
a
were
whole
great.
different story.
So
we had them. We had
freaky.
a bar downtown, the Blues Bar, and we would open up after the after party, like at, between like 3 and 10 in the morning, and often I would find myself at 10 in the morning closing the armored
Oh my God!
shutters. And,
Between 3, that's
Driving.
between 3 and 10 is when
Wow.
that party goes
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
I was gonna
exactly.
keep my eyes open.
Right.
oh no, the eyes were open. We had great bands go in there. ZZ Top and Bowie played there. And,
Oh, wow.
and, Keith and
What a life, dude!
Keith and
That
Mick.
is so cool. And as you hear these stories, it seems like I really missed out on like what would have been like a great time to be alive. Like just like a lot of stuff seems like it just doesn't. It wouldn't happen now.
No.
That-
Right.
Exactly.
We missed out. Dan Aykroyd is here, everybody.
Yeah.
It is the Woody Show.
Hold up. More Woody Show.